Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you are watching Bedtime Stories with Javi. How are you? I hope everything is good and everyone is doing okay. My cat it just came in, so that's if you see the door open, that's why. So for those who don't know me, I am a trauma informed spiritual coach and inner child specialist. And the one way I operate is by reading bedtime stories to the collective. It's just a way, hey, to the person who just popped on. It's just another way for us to represent Black and Brown people, or marginalized and colonized people, and marginalized and colonized authors. And so, one of the reasons why I do that is because I feel like representation is extremely important. Um, Representation is extremely important to me. And on top of that, like I just feel like with everything that's going on, we are to hear in our stories and find hope in our stories. And tonight I'm going to be reading Harlem Grown by Tony Hillery. And so it's about, we'll see what it's about, but it's basically about Tony Hillery and him, creating this garden in Harlem, this community garden. And so let's go ahead and read this real quick. Tony Hillery, he wrote Harlem Grown. Once in a big city called New York, in a bustling in a bustling neighborhood called Harlem, there was an empty lot. Hey Rose. Ooh, what are you doing? Neve called it the haunted garden. It was cluttered with wrecked couches, old TVs, broken bottles, and empty cans. Once, in a big city, in a bustling neighborhood, there was Neve School. PS 175 it was called, and it sat across from the haunted garden. One day, a man came to PS 175. Mr. Tony, the kids called him. When Mr. Tony saw those kids and that haunted garden, he had an idea. He began to clear the haunted garden, one piece of trash at a time. Soon it was a clean slate, a blank canvas. Mr. Tony laid down new, clean soil. He invited Neve to help shovel seeds, shovels, water. Neve started to plant. Then she dug holes in the ground. Into the holes, she placed her seedlings, and then she carefully covered them with dirt. Her friends came too. 400 seedlings went into the ground, one for each kid: basil, mint, cilantro, rosemary. Then the kids watered and weeded, and their plants began to grow. Once, when Neve came to the lot after school, her plant was wilted and sad. "We'll try again," said Mr. Tony. "We'll plant something different." Wood, hammer, nails. Mr. Tony built raised beds for the plants. The kids tried again: peas and broccoli and mint and eggplants. They watered and weeded. And at last, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, blueberries, strawberries, collard greens, kale, basil, and arugula. Food. Mr. Tony watched and helped and smiled. More kids came from the neighborhood. They tended their plants, which grew and grew. Up came more fruits and vegetables. The kids took their green beans and carrots and cucumbers home to their families for dinner. Once, in a big city called New York, in a bustling neighborhood called Harlem, there was a man with an idea. There were kids who wanted to help, and they made a farm. The end. That is it. So this hey to the person who's here who just popped on. I just finished the book. It's called Harlem Grown. I really love it. It's about um, Tony Hillery, Mr. Tony in the book, and he is, to give you a synopsis, like he helped these kids grow a garden. You can watch the video to see how he did it, but basically, this is actually based on a true story. For those who don't know, because I did some research on this book and research on Tony Hillary, and this is basically like is basically he. This is like real life. He created a urban garden for folks and for kids and got kids involved. Hey, Michaela, how you doing? I'm okay. I'm all right. Um, I'm all right for the most part. Thank you for asking. So for those who have not been able to catch it, you can catch the replay. Um, So I'll be posting it on Facebook, and also it'll be posted here. Thank you for the likes. Of course, it'll be posted here on YouTube as well. And so for those who do not know, I do have a YouTube channel I'm on here now. For those who are on IG, please feel free to subscribe to the Inner Child Collective YouTube channel, where you'll never miss another bedtime story. Especially if you are not able to catch the live at all, you can actually catch the replay. If you follow me on social media, you can also catch the replay on my Facebook page. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on YouTube, of course. TikTok is another one, so I'm on there too. Be sure to follow me. I'm always putting out content, have been for quite some time. Also, if you would like to have a bedtime story read to you, you can go to services at, well, you can go to, if you're on IG, click on the button, click on the link in my bio, go to services from the Inner Child Collective, and you'll be able to uh, choose that service. And you'll not only get like uh, a video, but you'll also get the audio as well. Speaking of which, I'm going to be starting a podcast called Bedtime Stories with Javi. So you'll be able to have the podcast version of the stories that I read. And so you'll be able to take them and listen to them at your own leisure. You don't have to just sit at a computer or anything like that. They'll be on your phone, because it's going to be on Anchor. So just be aware of that. Look for it, and I'll definitely make an announcement when everything is set up. I'm also on Patreon. That will be coming out as well. So if you want to support me that way, you can become a Patreon. I also take donations for this particular segment. I actually bought Harlem Grown with your donations. I bought a bunch of books with your donations. So every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. And I want to give a shout out to people who were able to help me keep this going. Please. And I'll give all the information, post all the information to folks for folks to look at, when I'm posting the videos. So as far as like where the money can go and where you can send it. So there you go. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you sharing your time and energy with me on Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see y'all soon. All right. Peace. See y'all later.